What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? Well, today we're going to talk about the Osage orange. Now, I was watching a YouTuber, Dan from the Handicapped Traveler. I'll put a link in his description. He goes around, does some little town tours and park tours in northern Ohio. And he thought he seen a monkey ball. Yes, a monkey ball. That's what we always called them growing up. I grew up in little towns on the east side of Ohio, around the Ohio River Valley. But I have since moved to central Ohio as an adult and all that good stuff. And we just always called them monkey balls, but moving around, other people had different names for them. Now, I've since heard them called spider balls because you could supposedly put them in the basement of your house, and they're, I don't think there's any scientific proof to it. But it's supposed to ward off bugs and spiders. Sometimes you walk around flea markets in the fall, and you'll see these for sale for like $1 or something, calling them spider balls. Other people call them hedge apples. I'll explain that in a little bit, I guess, what I know about it. And of course, monkey balls. But my grandson would call them these nuts. Now, supposedly they is called hedge apples because farmers back in the day would plant these along their field lines and keep animals in. Now, this is a long, you can barely see it down there. I got a small stream or small creek here. And this is planted along there. I'm sure this was farmer's field back in the day. But they've also been called the ugly tree because they don't grow very organized or pretty. And I have this along my fence line. Now, sadly, we had a storm and this tree branch is broken. So I have to take this one out. Along my back fence line, I do have a few other Osage orange trees, but none of them bear the fruit, so they must be male. Like I said, only the females that I know of bear the fruit. See, I got a couple dead branches. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Supposedly the woolly mammoths walked around eating these all the time, and they would drop the seeds and, spread them across the land. I don't know any of this for sure. Any information I'm telling you, you'll have to Google or fact check me. I just know what I've heard growing up. But we used to roll these down the hills as kids. Let's see here. These aren't ready. But yeah, they're hard and they go for a while. Also window smashers, because you'd be driving along the backcountry roads, they'd fall out of the tree in the fall and smash your windshield on the car. And I'm not sure, but I've heard they're called Osage oranges because the Osage Nation Indians would use this wood to make their bows with. It is some very dense, strong wood. It also flexes at the same time. Let's break one of these open. Now, just like any other fruit or vegetable, if you do place these in your basements for the old wives' tales of warding off spiders, they do rot like anything else, so they will rot. And as I know of, they're not edible. They're inedible for human consumption. But you can see just by picking it, there's like a latexy sticky goo coming out of it. This one's forming a pool of the latex. Yeah, supposedly the mammoths, they would just swallow them whole. I don't know. But I do know in the wintertime that I will see these still around the yard of the fence line. And the squirrels in desperation will get the seeds out. You can see the seeds in there from the rotten plant. But yeah, they are, let's see here. They are hard. They're solid. So you can see why they would smash out a windshield if you're doing 35-40 mile an hour and they fell down out of the tree. Now, as you can see in my hand, this one's about the size of a baseball. I've seen them the size of grapefruit. Some people say they get a lot bigger. There's little hairs on them, fuzzy nuts basically. This one's probably about maybe a pound. They're pretty heavy. Now, I've rolled some down the hill, be about 2 pounds. I mean, they get pretty hefty. Yeah, so there you go. They are definitely hard on the mower. But yeah, Dan reminded me. I pay them no attention since they're here in my yard and I've grown up with them. they'll bean you pretty good. Well, there you go. Not really an informational or educational video whatsoever. I don't have all the facts. I just know what I know when I'm from growing up. And Dan from Handicapped Traveler reminded me about monkey balls. Even though I see them every day, I just take them for granted. They're just in my yard. I grew up with them, so I don't pay them much attention. But it's kind of cool because I haven't heard people call them monkey balls in a long time. So go in the description, check out Dan's channel. He goes some interesting parks and towns. You might like him. Check him out. Give him a shot. Alright, till next time, from the spider balls, monkey nuts, hedge apples. Like, share, subscribe. Don't cost nothing. Hit that button. Happy out. These nuts.